Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. As always, I am just going to click over here on my other Facebook account on my computer, make sure that I can see comments. With StreamYard, I can't actually see your comments unless you've approved StreamYard in Facebook. So I'm just going to make sure that I can see them here, and then I'm going to get into today's topic. All right, here we are. Okay, so good morning. I'm going to do a little quick Saturday morning training here, or Saturday evening if you are in Australia. I wanted to do a quick training this morning on procrastination and how procrastination can become your #1 business killer. All right, so this isn't going to be too long of a training, so if you're tuning in and it's morning and you're just grabbing your coffee, it's all good. Just take a couple minutes with Jen this morning and let's power out something very important to learn in our businesses. Good morning, Tiffany. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Tony. Hey, Shamika. How are you guys this morning? Don't forget, if you are catching the replay, just drop a hashtag replay below and we'll make sure to come back and say hi to you. All right, so I've got my training zone whiteboard here pulled up, and I'm going to share with you guys some of my hot tips and tricks here when it comes to procrastination. Give me an emoji below if you are one of these. Are you a procrastinator? Would you say you're a doer, an achiever, a check it off my to-do list hustler, or are you a procrastinator? Are you someone that leaves things to the last minute? Now, if you have seen my training on the 4 quadrants of the time management matrix, you probably know what the Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4s are. All right, so procrastinators tend to always end up with important things in their Q1, in their important, urgent quadrant, because they wait so long to get things done that by the time the thing that they need to get done is due, it's urgent because now it's due now, and it's important, so it needs to get done. So you start to do everything from this space of this chaotic place. Everything seems chaotic, right? Because you're always doing things at the last minute. Now, here's what I want you, procrastination is your nemesis. Yep, it happens. It happens. Hey, Arlie from Switzerland. Hello. I've always wanted to visit there. Maybe I'll have to come visit you one day. So let's talk about what this actually looks like. So here is the action that needs to get done. Okay, so whatever it is that your to-do is. Can you guys see this? Let's see. Okay, hopefully it's the right way. It's not backwards, but so this is your action. This is what actually needs to happen, okay? Now, there's 2 ways that things can get done. People are either moving away from pain, or they're doing something to move towards pleasure. Okay, so you're either doing something to avoid pain or you're doing something to move towards pleasure. Okay, those are the 2 reasons you would do something. All right, and so here's the problem. People who are constantly looking at the action as pain. So if I don't do this, my wife is going to yell at me. If I don't do this, XYZ, or I have to do this, or else I'm not going to move forward in my business. If I don't contact 2 people and I don't follow up with 2 people today, I'm never going to get to my goal. So your mindset and the way that you perceive everything that you're doing is from a space where if it doesn't get done, it's going to cause you pain, or doing it even is painful, right? Oh, I don't want to do that. It's so boring. I don't want to do that. It's so uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. I don't feel confident in it, right? These are all things where the action that has to take place is either causing you pain or not doing it is going to cause you pain. But either way, it's connecting you with pain, all right? Now, here's where I want you to take this mind shift, all right? here's where we're going to do a little bit of mind fitness. So for those of you that don't know, I actually got into doTERRA because I had just started my own coaching practice called Mind Fitness. I actually trademarked the name Mind Fitness here in Canada because I was so excited about teaching people about neurolinguistic programming, which is the language of the mind, why people do what they do. And mindset really is everything. And you can take a small mind shift. And when we can work on exercises to mind fitness, right? It's a holistic approach to creating a fit and healthy mind. Because if we can perceive things and look at things through a different lens, and we can look at things differently, our whole entire external environment changes, okay? So this is where I want you to start looking at things differently. If you are a procrastinator, chances are you associate a lot of the things that you have to do with pain. Either pain to do it because it's painful to do it, whether it be uncomfortable, whether it be lack of confidence, whether it be whatever, fear of rejection, fear of loss, fear of any of those things, fear of judgment, etc. Right? So it's either that pain or not doing it. The idea of not doing it, you know, is going to cause you pain, right? If I don't do it, I won't hit the rank, which means I won't be able to quit my job, which means, right? And we get into this fear cycle. So what I want you guys to do is start to associate everything that you do in your business with pleasure, okay? As we start to change things in the way that we look at them, for it to be associated with this pleasure zone, all right? Which means when we start to think about the things we need to do, we need to have some sort of reward with it, or even the way we think about it is rewarding. So for example, when I first launched my business, the reason, I worked full-time. I was traveling for my job. I was pregnant, working full-time, and just launched my doTERRA business. And the reason that everything that I did, and I was such this little pregnant hustler, is because everything that I knew that I was doing in my business, every to-do, every action step I was taking in my business was all associated in my mind with pleasure. And what was the pleasure it was associated with? Me hitting the rank of gold by the time I had my daughter, my first daughter, so this was 5 years ago. By the time I had my daughter, if I reached the rank of gold, I was going to quit my corporate job and I was going to build my business full time. So everything that I did was attached to pleasure. There was no pain. It was all attached to pleasure. I was always moving towards pleasure instead of doing things to avoid pain. So my mindset was connected to this pleasure zone all the time. All right. So once I hit gold at 9 months pregnant. I hit the rank of gold. I had my daughter 2 weeks after I hit gold. And then after that, my family threw me a retirement party. I was so excited. And now I was on to my next goal. So my next goal was to hit the rank of platinum, because I knew if I hit the rank of platinum, I was also going to bring my husband home. We were both general managers in the fitness industry. So we both ran $1 million fitness clubs, and we made great money and we had great careers. And I quit my job when I hit gold, because I said, well, this is enough to sustain me. It wasn't quite my wage, but it was enough to sustain me. And then I said, Dave, if I hit platinum before Paisley turns 1 year old, you're quitting your job. He's like, okay. And so 2 weeks before she turned 1, which was funny because 2 weeks before she was born, I hit gold. 2 weeks before she turned 1, I hit platinum. So within 1 year, while my daughter was a newborn and baby, yeah, I was like a nap time ninja. I built my business from gold to platinum during nap times. I would literally it would be time for her to sleep. I would strap her in the car seat. I'd get into my Jeep. I'd go drive down to a lake. She'd be sleeping in the back seat. I would hotspot my laptop from my cell phone and I would work, right? Most moms of newborns don't do that. Why? Because to them, like building their business during that year to them would be painful. Like that might be painful to do that. They might be thinking of all the reasons why it's too hard, why they can't, why, the stress of it, or, oh, I don't want to do that during the first year. But it all depends on the person. To me, I was saying, by me doing this, my 5-month-old baby does not know that I'm sitting here working while she's napping in my car, right? She doesn't know that. But to me, my action of doing that was associated with the pleasure of bringing my husband home from his job. Okay. So I did everything during her naps and not during her naps. And, you know, when lots of people probably would watch Netflix once their babies go to sleep at night, I was still working and I didn't not enjoy it. I loved it. There was so much pleasure attached with the action of what I was doing, so much pleasure that I couldn't wait till a nap time so I could go back to work, which, by the way, for those of you that know me, I just had a baby almost a month ago. Wait, like tomorrow. Okay. So we have our second daughter now, and both my husband and I are home because I did hit platinum and we retired, and then I hit diamond 2 months later after my first daughter was born. So we have our second baby now, and I'm doing the same thing. Guess what Everly's doing right now? She's napping, right? So she's napping. I hop in here. I give you guys some gold nuggets for your Saturday morning, right? So I can come in and I can work and I can give and I can deliver during her nap time. Still what I do. Why? Because me building my business during her naps is associated with the pleasure of me continuing to grow my business. So my husband and I can always stay home and we can go and do all the things that we want to do. And we can have the things that we want to have, because everything that I do when it comes to my work is associated with pleasure. So if you do not have a very deep-rooted why as to why you're doing your business, if the action of doing contacts and follow-ups and wellness consultations and, you know, teaching classes and connecting with people and dropping off samples, if all of those actions that you know is going to move your business forward, if they are not attached to a huge pleasure zone, that is why likely everything becomes in that pain. You're moving away from pain and then therefore not moving forward, right? Because it's not enjoyable to do the things that you need to do. So this is where that little mind shift just needs to happen so that you can actually start moving towards pleasure, achieve the things you want to achieve, watch your business grow, and have fun and have joy while you're doing it. I am not burnt out right now. And I'm a mom of a newborn and a 4.5-year-old who's home. And yes, my husband's home, but my newborn baby only wants to be with me when she's awake, which is totally fine. I'm embracing those moments. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm your mama. You love my smell. You want my boobies. What can I do? Right? So when she's awake, I have to be all attentive on her. When she's napping, I'm working. Lots of moms are like, how are you not sleeping when she's napping? Why? Because there's so much pleasure attached to what I do, attached to my idea of her naps are attached to action for me, because the action during her nap time is attached to so much pleasure, right? So that's where I need you guys to find that pleasure zone. What is attached to every action? When you write down those essential things that you need to do in your business, you need to have a huge bubble around it that's like arrows towards everything that you will get to do, the reward center. You need to light up that reward center in your brain. Okay, you get dopamine hits every time you get things done. So if I have my to-do list and every time I check it off, I get a dopamine hit where I'm like pleasure center, pleasure center, pleasure center, which makes me want to do it again. So no, I don't take naps when she naps. Now I don't have to, right? I'm on lifelong vitality. I actually surprisingly have energy even though she wakes up every hour and a half at night, right? So, but I do because this is so strong for me, right? Now, I'm not going to say that's every day. There are absolutely days, especially in the first 2 weeks that she was born, but there's still days where, like, I remember I had to message my assistant on Tuesday and I was like, I'm out. Don't message me today. I'm gone. I'm sleeping. I need rest. I'm in bed. I'm not getting out of jammies. And it was one of those days. And guess what? Because I've done what I've done to build the business that I've built, I can take a day off, right? I can do that with ease. And it is no big deal. I can move everything to the next day. And I also have a newborn baby. Most people take a year off. But again, when you're building your own business, you don't have to. And you can still be paid exponentially more than whatever you would be getting on your maternity leave, right? Why? Because I did this when my first daughter was born to achieve this, which allowed both of us to stay home. So these are the little things that I just want you to do, you know, just those little mind shift things that are going to change the game for you. And, you know, you may be feeling the mom guilt, right? Some of the pain of doing the action, some of the pain is mom guilt, right? Where you're like, oh my gosh, but I don't want my kids to like feel that I'm never there. This is where communication is key. So my daughter Paisley, who's almost 5 now, she knows what mom does. She knows what mom does, and I involve her in a lot of it. And then we also have very routine schedules where she knows at this time we're going to play games. At this time we're having family dinner. So we have family dinner every night, and she knows she can expect that. I do her bedtime every single night. So I don't book anything around her bedtime so that I can do bedtime routine, read her a book. So there's little things that I structure that are non-negotiable for me and my kids so that I'm still there for them, right? And they still see, so there's no pain associated with me building my business, right? There's no pain associated with me doing what I do, or with my daughter only being 4 weeks old and I still work, right? Some people might think, that's so crazy. How are you working? You have a newborn baby. Yeah, I also have a husband who's a stay-at-home dad, right? Because we chose that lifestyle. And during her naps, she doesn't need me to sit there and stare at her, right? But what I need is to do the things that bring me the most pleasure, because that's what keeps me excited. That's what keeps me going. And that's what keeps me away from the postpartum blues. So I would love for you to drop in the comments, all right, because we're going to be ending this broadcast in a few moments. But I would love for you to drop in the comments, what is your pleasure zone when it comes to the actions of your business? So what is it that brings you so much pleasure, the idea of, the knowing of, the reward center of, if you do the actions in your business, it's going to bring you what? I want you to drop that in the comments, and I want us all to share together, because you can see how different people have different pleasure zones. But if it is strong enough and it lights enough of a fire in you, I wouldn't be able to drag you out of your office from doing the things that you need to do, okay? Because you would be so committed to doing them, because this is so strong. So you need a strong pleasure zone. It's also called a why, but sometimes that one loses its zest. All right. Okay. So have an amazing weekend, everyone. And we will catch you next week. We actually have next week is our, I feel like we have a call next week, don't we? Oh, we have our group coaching call for our VIP master package, our master package VIPs. We have our first group coaching call next week. So if you're one of the people that snagged the master package, we have our first group coaching call next Wednesday. So I will see you in there. All right. Enjoy, everyone. And I'm going to check out these comments as they roll in. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.